Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel and to another video. In today's video I'm going to be sharing with you how I make these easy peel stickers, and they are easy peel because they have a paper ring around the outside of the sticker, making it super easy for you to peel them back to stick them on to whatever you want to stick them on. It's a bit of a faff to do, but it's well worth it in the end. So without any further ado, let's get started. Here are some stickers then that I have made previously, and these are ones that I like to send out with my Etsy orders. So what I normally do is pop in the piece of paper that comes for your order, and then I like to put in one of these little stickers to give out to my customers just to say thank you for buying my product. So I just make these stickers in Cricut Design Space. You can make them in Canva as well if you wanted to, and then import them into Design Space, but I just prefer to do it here. So I'm going to show you first of all how these stickers work. So this white area with the sunshine on it is the actual stickered portion, and then on the outside you've got this navy blue portion there, and that is an offset that I've put onto those stickers. And then what that does is enables me to peel off the little piece of sticker paper which is in between the edge of my sticker and the edge of that full cut. And I'm going to show you exactly how I make these now. So I'm going to just hide this particular sticker, and then at the very top here I have got a little group that is called tutorial, so I'll bring that back. So as you can see, I've got all of the bits that I need here to make myself a sticker. So what I'm going to do first of all is just ungroup this so that each portion is separate. And what I'm going to do is just make my sticker up. So I've chosen this image. I will put the image code down below in the description for you and at the bottom of the screen just now, because since my latest update has occurred, Cricut isn't showing me the image info at the bottom, which is annoying. So hopefully that will be rectified soon. I've got just a plain circle here. This is just from the shapes menu. It is a free shape that you can use. You don't have to use images from Design Space either. You can make your own, import your own artwork, or you could just grab something from Canva and use that. First of all, I'm going to make this circle pretty big, and the reason that I do that is I prefer to work on a larger scale and then shrink it down to the size that I need. So let's just turn this white by changing the colour there. Now what I'm going to do is come down here to where it says blank canvas and click there, and then you'll notice at the top that all of the different attributes have disappeared, but I have this little box that says colour. This is going to allow me to change the background colour of my canvas, so I'm going to make it just pale blue for now, and that is really just so that I can see my sticker on there a little bit easier. Okay, so the first thing to do is just make sure that this is placed as the bottom layer. So let's go up to Arrange and click on Centre Back. Now we can start dragging over our little bits that we want to put in our sticker. I'm going to make that a tiny bit smaller. And what you want to do now is just adjust everything to be how you want it to be. So I'm just going to align that to the centre. These two bits of text are going to go at the top and at the bottom, but what I'm going to do is change my font and then curve that text in. So let's just move this over here. What I want to do first of all then is just change my font. I might use the Container Store maybe. I want something that's quite flowy. I like that one. That is BFC Favourite Cursive. So let's use that one for both of those texts. So what we want to do now then is bring that up onto the design and click on Curve, and then you can just use this dragging toggle here. So toggle it to the right to make that curve round, and that is on 67, and we're going to remember that and see if that will work for the other one. I might go a bit further just to make it a little bit more rounded. That's nice, I like that. I can change the colour of that now as well. What colour shall we do it? Let's do it this nice cornflower blue. Now we need to do the same again. Let's change the colour of that as well. Which one should we have? This one? This one's a bit different. Or should we go the same? Let's go the same. Okay, so let's now click on it again. And instead of going to the right, we want to go to the left. And we want it to be quite curved, but not that curved. Now you can see that we're going to struggle with this to fit it in because it's such a lot of text. So I think what I'm going to do is remove my letter spaces down, make them so they're joined up very slightly. You can see I've got a problem here because I've got these massive spaces here. What I might have to do is shrink my text a little bit so that it fits in there. And then let me shrink that one down and just change my curve a touch as well. Once you're happy with the way everything is laid out, you can just do your alignment. Just double check that you've got that correct. And we have got that in there perfectly. What we want to do now then is just select every layer that we've got there, and you'll see if you look in the layers panel on the right hand side that they're all selected because everything is highlighted green. And what we want to do now is click on flatten, and you'll notice now that the outlines from around the lettering has disappeared and it looks a little bit different. If we click off it, there's no outline around that circle and everything has become a little bit more vivid on the screen. You can see on the right hand side I do have this exclamation mark, and that is because my design is too big at the moment for print then cut, and if you click on it, it's going to show you that information and tell you why that exclamation mark has appeared. Now there's two ways that you can combat this. You can either auto resize the image here. If you were just making one sticker or a sign, for instance, you could easily do that, but because we're making individual stickers, we don't want to do that at this moment. What I am going to do, however, is shrink down the size of my sticker to the size that I want it to be. And I like to do mine just over 4 centimeters. So I can drag it down here to that size, or I can change it up the top in the sizing here. Because it's a circle, both of those measurements are going to be the same and be mirrored. If it was a different shape, you would notice the width and the height would be differing. One little tip that I have for you when making stickers like this is try to keep your shapes uniform. So I would try and stick to circles, squares, anything that's easy for the machine to cut. It is possible to do it with a shaped offset, but I do find that my machine in particular finds it difficult to cut those on the stickers for some reason. It could just be my machine and you might not have a problem with that, but it's a good idea to just bear that in mind. So the next step then is to add our multiple cut offset, because when we cut this out to make the easy peel, we need it to cut out as a die cut sticker, but just cut this one line once, and then we want to have 3 passes around the outer line in order to make it into die cut. So what we want to do is just click on our sticker, and we want to come up to offset here, and we can just make ourselves a small offset. Now it's up to you how thick you want it to be. You can leave it at the default, which is just over 1/2 centimetre, but I think that's a bit big, to be honest. So what I normally do is just pull down this drag here, and I make it about 2.5 millimeters. I'm going to click on apply, and you can see that that's applied a black circle to that particular image. I'm just going to drag it to one side and just show you that up the top, this in the operation type has come out as a print then cut. Now we don't want that to happen, because what will happen is when it's printed, you'll have a black border around your stickers, and therefore if your calibration is slightly off on your machine, you're going to have a very slight black mark potentially around your sticker. So what you want to do is come up the top to basic cut and click on that, and it goes grey, but it won't print now, it will just be a cut. Now when I'm making these on my machine, I need 3 cuts or 3 passes to make that outer cut to make it into a die cut. So all I do is just duplicate 3 of those circles. Now what I'm going to do is select everything just by dragging over everything. Now you can see all my offsets and my sticker print then cut is selected. What I'm going to do now is come up to align and click on center. Now the sticker's gone to the back because, as you can see in the menu here, this one is sandwiched in between the offsets. So all I want to do is just right click it and click on bring to the front, and there it is. So now all I'm going to do is select everything again, and I want to attach. I don't want to flatten, because if I flatten it again now, it's going to turn those 3 layers into a print then cut, and we don't want that to happen. Let's just move the sticker to one side. Okay, so let's get a shape from the shapes menu. Let's just grab a basic square and unlock your padlock in the sizing at the top. I want my width to be 15, and then I want my height to be 25 centimeters, and just hit enter. Now I've got this big rectangle on my screen. Now what I'm going to do is just pop all my stickers onto here. Let's just change the colour of this rectangle so it's white, and this represents our sticker sheet of paper. Again, because we've just put this on after, it's going to be at the forefront of the layers. So let's go to centre back again, and then what you want to do is pop as many stickers as you want onto that sheet. So I'm just going to really quickly do that and duplicate it. What I like to do is get them laid out nice and close together, but not so that they are touching. Then what I do is just select them all and I group it, and then I duplicate my group. And I can do that by selecting both of those. Now I'll have 6 pop up, and then I can just click off that to get my last one. Once you've got all your stickers on your page, you might need to adjust their layout just to make sure that they're not touching the side of that print. It's not so critical with this size because it is a little bit smaller than the maximum for print then cut, but if you were using something that was really going to be close to the edges, it's a good idea to do this. So the first thing that I do is just select everything. Just select them all. And then I want to select my rectangle as well. So to do that I might need to go all the way to the bottom. All of those are layers that go with my other stickers that I showed you earlier. What I'm going to do now is just click on center horizontally, and that has just shifted those over very slightly so that they've got a good equal amount around the outside. Now what I want to do is again scroll all the way down to the bottom. I'm just going to hide that square because I don't really need it anymore. Everything is there. What I need to do is select all and attach those together now. The reason that I've done that is so that when I go through to make it, I have one sheet that has got all of the print then cut stickers on it ready to go. So let's go through to make it. And there we have it. That is exactly what we're expecting to happen. Now if you look on the left hand side at the mat, you can see that you have 2 operations which are going to happen. So you have print then cut, and then you've got your basic cut. So what we want to do now is continue through to the next page. You can see now the computer just picked up my Cricut. It is all on and ready to go. And what I need to do is print this image. So if I just click on send to printer, we're going to get another box come up. Now at the moment my label printer is attached to it, so I want to make sure that I change to the correct printer that I want to use. So I'm using my Epson EcoTank printer today. Bleed is on. It doesn't really matter for this because it's white on white, so you're not really going to see the bleed, so it doesn't hurt to have it on. Really, we can leave it on, you can leave it off, it's entirely up to you for this particular project. With this one though, I will be using System Dialog, and the reason I'm using System Dialog is so that I can change the settings to suit the type of sticker paper that I'm using and make sure I get a very good quality print. So I'm going to click on print, and now the System Dialog box for my printer should come up. Sometimes it doesn't come to the front like it has on this occasion. It will be hidden behind design space, so you might need to just move your design space over a little bit and you'll be able to see it. So what I like to do for my particular printer, and all your printers will be different to mine, so just bear that in mind, I come to print settings and I just change my paper type to the ultra glossy, and it automatically picks up a high quality print. If you don't get that option, you can click on it and change it to whatever you want it to be. I leave it as the high quality. I don't change it to the best because I do find that this is pretty good for printing on. So now I just need to pop my sticker paper into my printer and hit print, and it's ready to go. So once that is done, I'll come back and I'll share with you what it looks like before we get started, and then I'll show you the cut settings that I'm going to use to achieve the easy peel stickers. So you can probably hear in the background the printer is printing those stickers right now, so I thought I'd just show you the settings that I use to achieve the easy peel sticker and make sure that it cuts properly every time. So when you have printed your stickers, you're going to get this as your next page that you need to look at. And what I like to do is choose premium outdoor vinyl as my setting. Now again, because all the Cricuts are different, you may find that this one doesn't work for you, or you might find that it's too strong or not good enough to actually cut through your sticker. So it's a good idea to do a few test cuts before doing a whole sheet. If you've got like the odd sheet here and there that you could practice on, and maybe just do one sticker and use that setting and see if it works, that's the best way to do it. If you haven't got premium outdoor vinyl as a bookmark setting on your machine, all you need to do is go into browse all materials, and then you can go up to the categories at the top here and just select vinyl from the bottom, and then you get all of the different vinyl settings that you've got here. So the one that I'm using is premium outdoor vinyl. There it is. And you can see it is set as a bookmark on here, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to select it here, we get a little tick, and then we can click on done. And now the machine is going to be ready to take those stickers in once they are finished printing. Here's my stickers then. Don't they look fab? Really, really nice and glossy. You can see the light reflecting off them so nicely. And you can't actually see the circles, can you? Because we are doing white on white, as I said before. The quality of the prints come out lovely. So what I'm going to do now is pop it onto this mat. This is just a light grip mat from Hobbycraft. The one thing that I would say when you are cutting sticker paper, and I'd say this is more important for die cut than kiss cut, is to make sure that the whole entirety of your project is stuck down really well. Sometimes, I know from experience myself, when I've used a mat a few times and it's lost its complete stick all over, if it's sticking in the center but it's not sticking up here, or it's sticking say here and not here, what happens is it does encourage your blade to lift your paper or your sticker paper or whatever it is. That's when you're going to get some tears and stuff in your project, and you don't want that to happen, do you? So this is ready now to go into the machine and cut out. So let's head over to the Cricut and get this popped in and cut out. Now that the cut's finished, I'm just going to check whether it has cut all the way through. So I'm just going to lift it up from this corner, and as you can see, that is a perfect die cut. So now I can eject the mat and start to take off the easy peel layer. First thing that I want to do then is just remove the excess sticker paper from my mat. If you've got any areas that have caught like that, don't worry too much about it. We can go over that with a knife in a minute. So we're just going to take all of these off. I think there's one in the centre that has just caught a little bit. As you can see, it hasn't quite cut all the way around, but don't worry, that is easily rectified. Just grab a craft knife or a true control knife or something like that and just run it around that edge of that circle, just to allow us to take that off, and that is done. So that's your piece of spare sticker paper. You can get rid of that, or you can use the side pieces for something else. Let's just remove all of these now from the mat. There we go, those are all our stickers. Now, as you can see, if you look a little bit closer, there is the line where the sticker is, and then you've got another line here that you can see. So all you want to do is just get a weeding tool and really carefully just lift up that outer ring and just take that off. You don't need that now. I'm just going to stick it to my desk for a second. But now that is an easy peel sticker. It allows the person using it just to peel back that backing paper and remove the sticker really, really easily. So I'm just going to take off all of those outer rings, and they're ready now to go in a little pack ready to be sold on Etsy. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it to be useful. If you have, don't forget to subscribe, drop me any questions or comments you've got down below, and I'll see you again soon for another one. Bye!